Well, in this lesson today we're going to learn how to hold the bow. And I just want to stress that the key to really good violin playing is establishing good postures. That includes holding the violin, the placement of the left hand, and the bow hold. So before we pick up the bows, I want you to just dangle your right arm to your side. It's relaxed. Your shoulder is heavy and relaxed and down. Bend at the elbow and let your fingers hang relaxed. And just notice that the two middle fingers naturally hang a little closer together, and that there's a small space between the first finger and the fourth finger. And in violin terminology, this is the first finger, the second finger, the ring finger's the third finger, and the pinky's the fourth finger. Now turn your hand over and notice that when your hand is relaxed, the fingers naturally bend. And even my thumb bends in towards the middle of the hand, but that's because I've been holding the bow for 40 years. Now I want you to take the very tip of your finger, your thumb, and right on the inside edge, right there, and place it right behind this first crease of the middle finger. Okay. Now turn your hand like this, and you'll see a circle that's formed between the thumb and the first finger and the middle finger. So this circle is very important. We maintain this when we're holding the bow. And just to exaggerate this point, I want you to see if you can move from the base knuckle of your thumb into the hand and open it up, into the hand, open it up, and hold it there. So this will be the angle of the thumb when we're holding the bow, and that circle stays open. Okay, now keeping this circle, turn your hand back over, palm facing down. And at this point, bring your elbow out a little bit. You've already done that. And you can see when you lift the elbow up a little bit, the wrist naturally tilts in towards the center of the body. Okay, so bring your elbow to your side. Okay, now lift it up a little bit. The hand tilts this way. This angle of the wrist will also have this tilt to the wrist when we're holding the bow. And this allows for more weight from the arm to travel into the stick, into the hair, which produces a nicer, richer, more resonant sound. Okay, so let's go back to our air bow. And we have the tilt. Now I'm going to get a pencil, and we're going to slip it in between the tip of the thumb and the middle finger, right in between, like this. Okay, and so these two fingers will hang over the top next to each other. The pinky will sit right on top of the stick, the pencil. And the best place to find the spot for the pinky is to tap the pinky, and where it lands is where it should go. And then the first finger tilts over to its side and touches the stick right at this middle knuckle. So just like that. Okay? And now I want you to turn your hand back over and just look at the thumb. Now remember that circle? Yeah, open that circle up so the thumb sort of pulls out away from the hand a little bit. Great. And it's right behind this middle finger. Okay. Now, for practice, can you wiggle the thumb a little bit? Right. And this illustrates the point that the thumb should always be flexible. This knuckle is always flexible. It won't be locked in like this, or it won't push inward like this. But there's a little bend, a slight bend, so that while we're bowing, we have the flexibility to make minute little changes in the bow hand. Okay, great. So now we're going to do it with the bow. And I'll hold the bow for you. Okay, so make your circle again. Hang your arm. Wrist tilts inward. Great. Okay, and then imagine your thumb as a hook. And I'm going to hook the bow onto your thumb right here. There's a space between the edge of the frog and the wrapping. And the space in between is where your thumb is going to go. Okay, great. Middle finger right over thumb, third finger next to the middle finger tap, and first finger tilted at the middle knuckle line, slightly positioned away from the middle finger. Okay. Now these knuckles here, we want to try to keep them low. Okay, and especially this pinky knuckle. The tendency is for it to want to come up, and when it gets too high, the pinky can lock, just like that. So that's what we do not want to have happen. So keep this knuckle low. That's right. The tilt looks great, and the bow hold looks excellent.